Hi, I'm Tronél, and today I'm going to talk to you about something in our brain called the reticular activating system. Now, the reticular activating system is basically the gatekeeper between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. In other words, the conscious mind is that part of your brain responsible for thinking, for reasoning, making plans, and solving problems. While your subconscious mind is the one responsible for processing information and then also storing it. Now, what's very important to realize about our subconscious mind that it drives approximately 95% of our thoughts, our actions, and our feelings. And this has actually been proven scientifically. So it's not just me making up some really big percentage, because it is a big percentage. And sometimes we don't even realize why we feel stuck in life, or why we struggle with something specifically. It's because of the subconscious mind being so strong, like really this driving force behind our lives. And we don't even realize it. Okay, and for that reason, sometimes we feel stuck in life. Okay, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. So today we are talking about the reticular activating system. Okay, so it's the gatekeeper between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Now, what it does is it filters all the sensory information that comes in before it gets stored on your subconscious mind. Now, the filters it uses is deletion, distortion, and generalization. So how do these filters work? Now, depending on what's stored on your subconscious mind, your reticular activating system can focus more on one aspect in the environment than something else, depending on how your programming works. So say, for example, you are a very positive person and you're always looking for new opportunities or interesting things, new books or inspiring stuff. That's what your reticular activating system is going to take your focus to, and it's going to filter out information that doesn't align with that. But the same is true if you've got a negative mindset. Okay, so let's have a look at these filters. So let's first look at the deletion filter. So what the deletion filter does, it focuses on one aspect but not on other aspects. Now, while this is great, especially when it gets to sensory overload, maybe the thing that isn't focused on is actually really important. Okay, but now it doesn't get filtered in and go through to your subconscious mind because it's not important. It's not stored as important on your subconscious mind. Then you've got your distortion filter, which gives you an altered view of what's really going on. So let me give you an example of that. You have this belief that your boss is very harsh on you, is always very critical, judgmental of your work, and unsupportive. Now, what's going to happen, because you carry this belief subconsciously, your RAS is going to pick out those situations which make this belief true for yourself, instead of also highlighting other instances where your boss praises you and speaks positively and highly of you. Then the third filter is the generalization filter. Now, what this filter does is it would focus on one aspect of a whole, and then it just blows everything out of proportion. So what do I mean by this? So say, for example, there is one person in a group of people. Now, it's just this one person that is maybe, I don't know, disrespecting you, or you don't like them, or your personalities clash, something like that. But now what this filter system does is it applies this, whatever you think of this one person, to the group. In other words, it's generalizing your experience of this one person, and it's saying this is the way the group is. So that's where stereotyping, for example, comes in. Now, you might wonder, why am I actually talking about this? So I have actually mentioned this, that this filter system is responsible for what gets stored on your subconscious mind. So if there's something that you believe about yourself or other people or a situation which you would like to change, say for example you feel negative towards your work, and while there might be truth to that, I can also promise you there are so many positive aspects that you can also choose to focus on. So you can then consciously choose to drive your focus to these positive aspects. And while it might not change your actual situation at your work, it's interesting, once you start to change your perspective, you start to change those beliefs. So we're adapting what we focus on and what we filter through to the subconscious mind. It's amazing once we start to reprogram those old beliefs, those old thoughts and perspectives, how it feels like we're literally born into a different world. You're going to start to experience people at your work differently, situations differently. Maybe you're going to start to see solutions instead of problems. So I trust you enjoyed this and that you're going to use it to redirect your focus to what you choose to have and experience in life.